Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face while you're sleeping. Often, we dream to get away from everything and everyone. The hustle of the urban jungle, the stress, the noise and pollution, and let's not forget about the people. In today's globalized society that is more about major cities and urbanization, we have forgotten how the environment felt like before the tremendous technological progress. Fortunately, there are still some beautiful natural places on our world that remain virtually untouched by humans. Despite human nature to travel the world and grow its communities both in size and population, some people have managed to simply keep it to a minimal. These small communities have withstood the test of time and have managed to survive in near isolation. And most of the people living in these communities have never actually left the place they call home. Today, we bring you the top 10 list of most isolated communities on the planet. Can you imagine living in one of these places where at times even an internet service sounds like witchcraft? Some of these locations feature tropical climate, while others freezing Arctic temperatures or relentless deserts. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit the bell icon to be notified every time we make a new upload. Let's begin. Make sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe with notifications so you never miss a video. If you do subscribe and you've left a like, leave a comment saying I subscribed and I'll reply to all of you saying thank you. Number 10. Villa Las Estrellas, Antarctica. Villa Las Estrellas, or the Stars Town in English, is one of Antarctica's few residential communities. This island is under Chilean authority, and it has all the components of a small community. It was founded in 1984 by former President of Chile, Augusto Pinochet, and currently serves as a research station. It is located on a military base, which is usually populated by the serving officers and their families. A small Chilean Air Force hospital serves as the main care center for the people and only has one doctor and a couple of nursing staff with minimal surgical equipment. The tiny island town has a population of about 200 residents, which in the winter months reduces even further as the town seems like a totally deserted city. The community is not only geographically isolated, but internet is generally non-existent here. The climate is as unforgiving as one can expect it to be in Antarctica, with temperatures narrowly above freezing point in summers and can hit as low as -15 degrees Celsius during the winters. Number 9. Iqaluit, Canada. When somebody mentions Canada these days, your imagination generally takes you to a cold, urban country with skyscrapers and welcoming people. But did you know that Iqaluit is one of the most remote cities in the country, with a population of a mere 7,500 residents? The only thing that connects this town to the rest of the world is an airport, a 4-hour flight from Ottawa to be precise. There aren't any roads or railways, so if it wasn't for this airport, this surrounded by nothing town would be completely cut off from the rest of the world. The name of the town literally means place of many fish and has been used as a fishing port for thousands of years by the indigenous group dubbed the Inuit. But this is an amazing place to live. Everything about this town is homely, and I'm sure you'd never want to leave it once you're there. Number 8. Hanaroa, Easter Island. With a population of just about 3,000 people, this island is a part of Chile, but it's located more than 3,000 kilometers away from the mainland. Its specific location is between two volcanoes, Ranokau and Maunga Teravaka, gives you the feeling that you're at the end of the world, and the giant mysterious stone heads you know from your Windows wallpaper add to that feeling. In recent years though, the town has become a tourist attraction due to its World Heritage sites such as the Stone Heads and the Holy Cross that was founded in December 1937. The only way to reach the island? Its small airport and the two tiny ports of Hanaroa Otai and Hanga Pico. Number 7. Inakun, Russia. Surprised to note that the largest country on the planet has one of the most remote communities with less than 500 population? The village of Inakun is the coldest inhabited place on the planet, where the temperature can fall as low as -60 degrees Celsius during winters. A concrete statue of a bull in the center of town marks the coldest temperature ever recorded in any inhabited place on Earth. Ironically, Inakun takes its name from the Russian word for water that doesn't freeze. The settlement was born in the 1920s when winter herders would water their reindeers at a thermal spring there. Pipes freeze, so most restrooms are plumbingless outhouses. The ground freezes and few crops grow, so the local diet is mostly meat and fish, sometimes eaten frozen. Engines freeze so quickly that many cars are kept running at all time. Your eyelashes and saliva will freeze into painful little needles on your face as you walk down the street. Even vodka will freeze if a bottle is left outside. Number 6. Maddog Tibet. Place a community between tall mountains, add some bad weather conditions, and only one road that connects it to the rest of the world, and that too only seasonally, and you get Maddog. With a population less than 10,000, the people of this area don't even have access to basic necessities such as a medical center. People in this community have died with even a simple infected cut. The only road connecting the location to mainland China and other surrounding regions is mostly blocked throughout the year due to heavy snowfall and landsliding, and is only accessible during a short window in the summers. Sounds like a perfect hiding place for the deadliest underworld lords. Number 5. Tristan da Cunha. The volcanic island of Tristan da Cunha in the South Atlantic boasts a population of 258 people and is the remotest inhabited island known to mankind. The locals speak English, but have also invented their own dialect with words derived from Scottish, English, Saint Helenian, South African, American, Dutch, Italian, and Irish, reflective of their various places of origin. Considering the low population here, it is no surprise that the residents here have only 9 different last names representing each of the family living here. The island has some basic necessities like a hospital, grocery store, and school, but it doesn't have electricity to this day. The only way to reach this island? A 6-day boat ride from Cape Town, South Africa, a journey of 1,732 miles, and that too on one of 3 ships that visit the island only 9 times during a whole year. The island has a vibrant wildlife and also hosts an active volcano. Interestingly, in 1961, this volcano erupted and the population had to be evacuated to England. Fortunately, the damage was minimal, and residents returned to their normal lives a couple of years later. Would you be able to survive on an island located in the middle of the ocean? Let us know in the comments below. Number 4. Iqaluit, Greenland. Greenland's entire country is pretty remote as a whole, but Iqaluit, yes, and I said the name in one go, is definitely the most isolated town in the country on the eastern coast. Founded in 1925 by settlers from Tsilak in West Greenland, Iqaluit is about as far away as you can get from any other inhabited area from Greenland. It's so remote that you need a helicopter ride from the airport to get to the town. The community has 450 inhabitants with just one grocery shop, so hunting and fishing among the locals is still a way of life. Going around anywhere would be a struggle once you arrive. Greenland is essentially one giant piece of ice with unpredictable conditions, and highways are virtually non-existent. The locals make their living by providing Arctic tours and safaris for tourists, who can only visit during the 3 months when the snow has melted away. Okay, we really don't want to sound creepy at all, but there is something really creepy about a particular remote area on the planet. And hey, we're all for sharing, so we'd like to creep you guys out a little too. But before we do that, let us know in the comments section if we missed out on any isolated place, and guess what? We might even give you a shout out in one of our upcoming videos. So let's get back to the final 3 on the list, starting with a town with a creepy secret. Number 3. Longyearbyen, Norway. You can call Longyearbyen as the northernmost town in the world, and perhaps this was the town that inspired the White Walkers from Game of Thrones. So basically, it's illegal to be buried in this town because it is so cold 6 feet under that the bodies don't decompose. So when someone passes away, their body is flown to the mainland for burial. Topsoil melts a lot during summers, so houses have to be built on stilts in order to ensure that the residents don't slide away when they're sleeping. But you have to say that the Norwegian government has been very caring about this community, offering 3 flights a week from Oslo. It is a 3-hour flight from the capital, but if you want to experience how it feels to live in a place where life is hard but interesting at the same time, Longyearbyen is definitely for you. Also, the houses look really adorable from afar, painted in bright colors that give the rather cold horizon a really happy look. Number 2. Barrow, Alaska. Visualize the very top of Alaska and a small town right at the top of the world. There are no roads that lead to Barrow, also known as Utqiagvik, but the place is accessible via a 5-hour flight. If you love privacy and do not mind living away from all accessible luxuries of today's world, you can start living here and enjoy 65 straight days of darkness when the sun doesn't appear at all. Sounds like a location straight out of Game of Thrones. However, the cost of living here is very high thanks to its remote location. Even a simple jar of peanut butter can cost as high as $15. The population is no more than 4,000 people who survive largely by hunting whales, seals, polar bears, walrus, waterfowl, caribou, and catching fish from the Arctic Ocean or nearby rivers and lakes.
I saved the best for last, but first, I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. If you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just try it, it really works.
Number 1. Nagoro Village, Japan. As always, we've saved the best for last. Nagoro is a slowly shrinking village in Japan, with only 35 residents as of 2019. Who else lives here, you might ask? Well, 350 life-size dolls, each doll representing a former resident of the village. Residents of the village either left in search of employment towards a big city or died, and one returning villager had the idea of creating life-size dolls to fill the void of her loneliness. The resident, named Tsukimi Ayano, first created a doll of her father, and eventually kept on going to replace the other family members with similar dolls. 10 years later, her work still continues, where she's making more dolls. Every time a villager leaves or passes away, a new doll comes to life to replace the person. So this was our latest list, and I really hope you like it. Let us know if you've been to any of these places and do tell us about your experiences.